one of the legends, I think, of ultra-distance cycling in the world, Mr. Valerio Zamboni. Valerio, very welcome back to Ireland.
Oh, thank you.
How many times
Alan.
is this now in Ireland? We're 5, 6.
This actually is gonna be the sixth time. I had one DNF, one winning, and yeah.
2011 was a great year for you. That was a great win.
But the first time I came here, I think it was 2010.
Yes, that's right.
Right.
Now, you've also done Race Across America and many other events. What are you looking forward to this week? How does it compare to the other events? What makes it easier or harder, do you think?
I think if you take this race here over the 2,000 and 2,000 kilometers, I think this particular stretch of 2,000 kilometers is the toughest one probably that I had to go through in all the races.
Yeah, I think every race is different. I think most people will say that it's very difficult to compare racing.
Oh,
but
it is, but this is just like multiply Appalachian by 10 times.
Yeah.
It's just Appalachian by 10. It's equal to race across race around Ireland. So this is
one of the things that you have with you as well. Every time you're here and every time you race, I think is a great crew. So tell me about the crew. Tell me about the importance you think of the crew.
Oh, I love these guys, and most of them, they are veterans. They know very well how to do it. And yes, we have a certain tendency sometimes to be a little bit overcrowded, like in terms of crew, but I like to make investment for Race Across America, which of course is the main event over the year, and you need to have people that they know very well how to do their job, okay? So most of them, again, they are with me for years and years, since day one.
Yeah, tell me about strategies as well. You know, like you've done all these races for so long. Has your strategy changed a lot since you started, or do you keep the same strategy for each race now, or is it different?
Yeah, the only strategy is that a few hours off time in the race, whatever I thought to do before, it never happened. So this is basically
take your plan and throw it out.
Yeah, I had a lot of plan before to do races in the past. Now I think we don't have plans anymore, because whatever you think, you know that just small things, they can come and change completely and everything you had in your mind before. So
yeah. Predictions for this year for you?
I think at Ram, actually, I think it was okay enough compared. You know, if you consider that Ram this year was a sort of 100 miles longer than some previous edition of Ram, it was okay. So I'm not fighting anymore for World Championship or things like that, like in the past. So there is no strategy. So now I'm gonna try to do as fast as I can, and that's it. So
yeah, I was gonna ask you about that, because you've won that World Championships quite a few times now.
Yeah, even this year, it looked like I'm in the process to do it, but it's not between my goals anymore now. So I just prefer to try to go fast on the races instead of strategize one year that you have to be conservative sometimes and don't go fast here, because what you want is collect points and you need to survive.
Yeah. So in terms then of predictions, we know that you're aiming here obviously to finish in the fastest time possible.
Absolutely.
You don't know exactly what time that is in your head. Have you got a specific goal?
Of course, it depends. It depends from the weather, as you know very well. Okay.
Well, we have good weather for you this year.
In the way it is now, that it looks like we will have maybe a day and a half, 2 days, or maybe not a good way. Of course, on the west side. I mean, the west white side is waiting for us. And but if we are able to go through this the first part of the west side good, I think stay below the 5 days is something that it might happen. It's feasible.
Excellent. And the last question I'm going to ask you is, if you were going to give a little bit of advice to somebody who was thinking of doing Race Around Ireland as a solo competitor, what advice would you give them?
Bring with them a collar neck.
Oh.
A brace neck, just for
yeah, you've had that a lot, the Shermers.
Yeah, the nature of the road here in Ireland are completely different than in a lot of other places around the world. Okay, so of course we are on the big roads, on the main roads, and from time to time, of course, this is a little bit all about the race. Okay,
Yeah.
you go outside the main roads and you do some circles around countries road. Okay, the quality of the road sometimes is not what maybe you expect, and at the end, this keep shaking and shaking with the cold weather. This combination, it can really cause you problems that you never experienced before, like in the neck or in the back, and sometimes also, I mean, it might get to a point where some people have to quit because they're not able to finish.
Well, then I guess I'll finish with this question. What brings you back? You know, we know that the circuit's really hard. We know that the road is tough. We know there's a lot of hills out there. What is it, do you think, that brings you back here? How do you get motivated to be here?
I want to be very honest, okay? I don't know what it sounds like because you are here, but basically the main reason is because of you guys. I haven't met so many the number of the kind people, nice people, all together, they are here, it's incredible. I mean, beside the fact that there is a lot of supporting people along the roads for 5 days and a half, day and night, if the weather is decent for you, it means something different for us, okay? Just like, and the combination of the flexibility and the fact that the discipline, I mean, I believe this race is one of the best that I ever seen.
I really appreciate that. We do have a great team, and also there's a lot of fans. You mentioned to me as you're coming into the village, you've seen the Monaco flag.
Was a surprise. It was a surprise. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's great, and we do have fans out there, and with a 24-hour track, and we do have a lot of people that can go online now, obviously, and look at that. So
okay, sure.
Listen, just want to say thank you so much for coming back to
Thanks
Ireland.
to you.
We really
And
appreciate it. No, we do, and best of luck out there. And you know we're always there anyway.
Okay, I'll see you.
See me under that finish line banner.
Absolutely. Okay.
At the start before that.
Okay.
All right.
Thanks. Bye bye.
Brilliant. Thank